Welcome back, everybody. Back on Goblin Z tonight, or Goblin Z, depending on how you look at it. Going to do a survival run. We're in the same sort of tent that we were in last time we were in. How did I get cut there? My feet. Ah, that'll be the reason. Feet are ruined. Joy. Not perfect, but it will have to do. Search this place for footwear. That. Another pair of them. Certainly. All right then. We put them there. That'll go there. Job done. We need to go and hunt that animal because that'll give us fat, which will give us a leather repair kit. It'll give a gun cleaning kit, but it'll give us food. Those to eat. Oh, they're burnt. No, we haven't got those to eat. Eat that now. Free up a little bit of space. We're already cold, so our first port of call needs to be thinking about a fire before we die. Joy! Hi, Kermit. Do I have a knife that's available? Sort of. zombies blowing up. I blame the server owner. Right, if we get a firelighter. And make a fire. That should warm us up. Once we get a little bit warm, then we'll see if we can get some sleep and offset our sleep bar a little bit. Will be too cold at the moment. Need to get out of blue. Got any purification stuff? A little bit. Good. Most stuff's ruined and he's replacing. That's alright. Right, let's see if we can get our character to get some sleep and up the sleep bar a little bit. So we're going to need to look for somewhere we hopefully can get some better tools. We need like sewing kits, we need better clothing. Could do with a better rucksack. We could do with a leather repair kit to work on our boots with, 100%. That would be gold dust at the moment. That's that sleep sorted. Our next objective realistically probably this sort of area. It's going all right, mate. Well, I say it's going all right, but ruined everything. It's either things are badly damaged or ruined. Oh no, damaged only. I've got hardly any gear, and what I have got I'm full up on of stuff I don't need, so it's pretty standard for my server. Set off. We do have a worn 101 with 4 rounds of ammo and a damaged mag though. What more does a goblin need? How's it going with you, mate? How's work? We need to hit higher tier military to get a better supply of gear. A blonde goblin. That's a fair point. Carrying a code lock. Yeah. Good point. Good point. Tell me about it. Yeah, today was busy for me. Tomorrow will be busier. Now, if we see this deer, we need the fat, so we've got to shoot it because we need the fat more than the meat. Meat's useful, don't get me wrong, but the fat would make our lives so much easier. I can only risk 1 round at it. So this will be a stalk. Yeah, I'm home. I'll be home sometime after 12 tomorrow. I've got a lot of work to do tomorrow morning, so I've got to go in early. So I'll be on most of the afternoon, I think. Where's this shagging deer? Stalking a red deer was never this hard, from what I remember as a child growing up. There they are. No, can't risk any more rounds. Oh well, there goes that idea. We continue. Okay, mate. Well, I'll finish at 12 at work. I'll probably do some shopping on the way home and then jump on. And I'll probably be streaming tomorrow afternoon, because afternoons are good for me. But today was shopping and catching up on shit and a lot of work. And I'm not really in the mood to run around on that server tonight. And I need to advertise Goblin. And this is the best way of advertising Goblin, is to show Goblin. Talking of advertising Goblin, if you're interested in hardcore survival service, information's on your screen now. Zombie walking around. There's 2 zombies. It's civilian, that's good. Need to search this house for resources. Crisps, we'll have that. Go and give him a little tap. Okay, mate. Always appreciate the lurk. As you've seen, if you're new to this server, it's a survival server with severe lack of loot. Things spawn in damaged or badly damaged. It's solo. There are keys and key cards. No base building currently. Though next wipe we're going to introduce some sort of base building mechanic back in. I'm not sure what yet. Ammo's what? There's plenty of ammo, less guns, and every item you need to survive. Fishing's your main source of food until you can get better weaponry. Gun cleaning kits are worth their weight in gold, but you can make one from 6 rags and some animal fat. We've got a bit more 5.45, haven't we? Let's load this mag up. That would be sensible. Throw away those because they're bad, they're burnt. We'll put the paper in there. Keep the paper dry. Spare mag for the gats. Let's take that out. Put in there. Wipe card. That key. Get that loaded. That's a 101, not an 8. Bugger. Got no 223, have I? That's annoying. Okay, that's life. And things like you don't spawn with a map, you either have to find them or find a way of getting it. Certain zombies carries maps with them. When you've got the map, you can't press M. But if you open the map, you can then set markers and make them 3D and such like. So quality of life rather than mods that make it too OP. Just slight enhancements, so it feels like a hardcore survival build, which it is, but it's not impossible. No, still get where you are on the map come up. So if you are lost, there's a gas zone over there. As you've noticed, a severe lack of loot. We run with a 50% nerf on loot and food further. Box. Handgun scope. Tempted to take it just to give ourselves binos. So I try and build a server that feels like it's the end of the world. Gas there, which will be the edge of the map gas. So we've got gas that goes right around the outside of the map to stop people going into debug. It is a solo server, so no teams allowed. So if you're a solo player, this is a good place to come if you know that if you do get involved in a firefight, it's likely to be one-on-one. And I think by making it harder and making resources scarcer and making it difficult to survive, or not impossible but difficult, you're more likely to kill someone if you spot them, because they're more likely to have resources on them that you need. DayZ, trust no one. You need to have lots of fires until you get better clothing. There is limited food, but it will spawn in frozen. I've been running servers now for 18 months, but they are smaller. So it's a 30-slot server. We have about 10 players that play on an averagely sort of most days over the course of 24 hours. And they're players that favour a harder server and like playing solo. We do run as a PvP server. We kill on sight encouraged, because it's a real world. If this was the end of the world and you were surviving against everything, we would expect people to kill each other. Nice server for a slower pace game. You've got to take things slow. If you rush around, you'll burn too many calories and you'll make mistakes. And it's one of those servers where that gas zone is proving to be a little bit punchy, isn't it? Let's push out a bit further. So now I'm up here. Let's check the map again, see if we're on track where we want to be. So we are there. Yeah, if I follow this up, we'll get to that there, which seems like a sensible idea. If we miss it, we miss it. I could do with a box of 5.56 or AK-74. That would work just as well for me at the moment. Eat again because they're defrosted. You never know when we're going to get a chance to eat again. Get these resources used up and free up some slots. No, we've only got a basic rucksack on. We do have a custom rucksack in the game that's massive, but it's in a high tier area and there's a limited amount of them around. Because my footwear's damaged, I don't really want to run over the rocks unless I have to. So I want to pick a route that doesn't involve too many rocks. Oh, these are damaged, and I've got emergency damaged feet wrappings. We can rip up clothes with our hands, because it feels like you should be able to do that in DayZ. So it makes sense to me to have that feature in. And we're running a late fall, early winter build on Chernarus with a lot of custom areas. Massive amount of custom stuff in the game. Stashes and loot crates all over the place, but they need keys to open. Reset every restart. And they're not OP. They've got survival items in. The only one that's got good gear is the end game one, which is guarded by the AI on Salisky Island. You won't find currently AI anywhere else. Not to say that in future wipes they won't, but at the moment the server I host with can't handle more than 9 AI on a server at a time. So we have less than 9, but we have them on Salisky Island only, as in guarding the end game area. And that's it, basically. It's a survival server that's solo, that's difficult. But not impossible. Just take your time. Enjoy what you're doing. Think about what you're doing. have a plan and try and stick to it. You can bury stashes. You can put miniature small flags up to protect your stash if you wish to. Stashes last vanilla timescales. Rivers are good because I can fish in rivers. We spawn players in with, remember, one heat pack, a couple of stacks of rags that are disinfected, a knife, and that's about it. Bodies despawn pretty quickly, so if you die, it's hard to farm your own body, and again on purpose. Make our way. We know the river's there, so if we push up just off the road, we try and preserve our boots. If you're on the server and wish to join the Discord, we've got a link to the Discord there. We've swapped out a lot of the civilian zombies for military zombies, just to make things a little bit more challenging. And we have military zombies that blow up sometimes when you kill them. So we're there. It's probably worth searching those houses. Gonna move back on track. But the zombies aren't impossible. They are vanilla. They've not been enhanced in any way. This house that's coming up, we could potentially fish and maybe get a fire on in there. I don't remember this will be in water as well. This is new to me. Good, I like it. But I'm not over. I mean, I play a lot of Chernarus on the other server I play. We just don't play in this area very often. Love that jacket. Search trash piles for stuff. Search chicken houses for food. We do need another fire, we're cold. So this might be the opportunity to sort our lives out and get a fire on. Oh, I'm gonna get firewood out of this one. God tier. So you can get better clothing or up your survival kit. Lots of fires. We are slightly colder than Sakau. Yeah. That. Free up some space. Fair amounts of extra space there. That's good. Wait to warm up a little bit before we move out. Cabins are there. Dam is there. Ah, sorry, hunting cabins are there. I'm way over, aren't I? Dam is there. Mishkino is there. So that's what I need to be hitting. So we should be heading in that direction. So we should aim to go across, back down, cross the river, and then follow the red road till we get onto the main road. Follow that up to the dam, and then we can hit the hunting cabins and then into Mishkino. Okay, let's move out. But our clothes were ruined. We're not going to get much past that single plus symbol. So we'll just push on slowly till we can get another plus, until we can get some more better gear. Take our time. Calculated decisions on a survival server. Route planning. Obviously, I play a lot of high tier PvP, top 50 servers, and that's a different way of playing DayZ. This is more in there, survival, worrying about every move you make, knowing that you're living with a pair of boots that are about to die, and your backup is a pair of very badly damaged foot wrappings because you can't find a leather repair kit. Going to an area that might have clothing that you can rip up and turn into rags to wrap your feet with. Deciding which weapon to throw away because you find something that you've got a magazine for or ammo, even if you're single loading. No. Buckshot. mainly about taking your time. But we should be able to follow where we are. We follow this road. We need to cross, don't we? Okay. But we can do it without getting too wet. Hey, the railway track works. That should take me to the industrial, shouldn't it? We're not going all the way to industrial. We're aiming for the cabins. So where do we get off the railway? Where it crosses over. Actually, if we stay on it, that'll take us down to the dam. That's fine. Stay on. Oh no, the railway goes that way. So where it crosses the red line, that's when we'll cross onto the road. No auto run on here. No unlimited stamina. More gas zones than you're used to. Permanent gas around the outside of the map to stop people living in debug. Or if they go in there, they need full NBC suit. Each restart around 1,000 either crates or loot spawn, hidden stashes spawn in all over the map. But you need keys for the crates, and the hidden stashes can just be opened. The police crates can be opened with either the key or a lockpick, but all the other crates need the key to open them. None of the crates, apart from the endgame crates, have anything gun-wise in them. Or if they do, they're MP5s and USG level. Endgame crates have a foul level. Or if you're vanilla, LAR. Weapons named correctly on here. Got a patch on. Because I hate guns named incorrectly. Heck hate. Playing games. I love DayZ, but when you play Armour and the weapons are named correctly and then you jump on DayZ and they're all named with stupid fucking names, it's so annoying. The only extra weapon we have on the server is a Honey Badger 5.56 if you can get one. And the reason we have that is it's compact, so it will fit into limited storage. So it's not OP. It's not going to suddenly make you a killer or an easy killer. Fucking gas everywhere. Because it is a solo server. Limited ammo. So you're making different choices as you're playing it. Let's check the old map again. Maparoonie. We're there, so we're going to cross onto the road when we get there, and that will then take us up, cross over, up to the dam. That's what we're aiming for. We need to search that area, and then Mishkino to get better clothing. And by that point, we should be looking at fishing soon as well. Hi, Restless. Okay, no problem, Restless. Thanks for popping in. Always appreciated, mate. We're just slowly making our way up. I'm not running because I realise my footwear is buggered. And I've got limited rags to make new footwear with. So the last thing I want to do is ruin everything that I've got. That's why we're staying in the grass rather than going on tracks. And occasionally checking our boots to hopefully not get cut. A leather repair kit on a Goblin server is god tier. And we'll be streaming this tonight for about another hour and 45-ish, taking us up to sort of the 2.5 hour point-ish. Hour 45, so it'll be 45, yeah, hour and a half, 2.5 hours. About that total stream tonight. And we will be staying on this server. My aim is to once a week stream Goblin. And then I'll stream other stuff around the outside of it. Potentially, maybe a different game. I'm still chewing it over. Something else. Something survival orientated and something you probably wouldn't expect. And something I've not played before. And it's hard. It's meant to be very hard. So I'm looking at it and watching videos and trying to decide whether it will fit into the world. And that's all I'll say at the moment. We'll see what people think when I go with it. And that the difference is when I go with that, I'm open to people helping me. This, no matter. I've got to buy the game first, so I'm not there yet. Just trying to, I'm chewing it over, should we say. But it is a survival game. Ish. Well, it is. No, it's got survival mechanics in it. Very lucky. Very lucky. Why have we just walked off in a random direction like a stupid goblin? Well, does it work to our advantage? Sort of. We need to go that way a bit more. Actually, if we get to the river and follow the river up, that'll get us to that to search, and then the hunting cabins, that's fine. I'm hoping Mishkino's got a box of 5.56 in it. That would be amazing. Maybe a goat or a pig to kill to get some fat. Would be awesome. It would be nice to be able to repair these boots. And I can't remember what the recipe is for boots. I did want sewing kit. Yeah, so a hook and some rags, if I remember rightly. A bone hook. So you need some bones and 6 rags, I think, will give you a sewing kit. And leather sewing kit is, you have to do the tan leather first, so it's difficult to get. You're better off finding them. But I'm buggered. You know, this is end of the world survival gear. I've given up worrying about having comfortable clothing. Going the wrong way now. Need to go that way. And I need another fire. How surprising. We'll go for a little bit longer before we have the fire, though. Till we can get some better clothing, it's going to be a lot of fires. Especially as we're moving up the map and it's getting colder. I don't want to run, do I? Use up too many calories. Probably need to go and have a fire next to the river and cook some fish at the same time. Starting to lose health, so when we get to the river we need to look at a fire. If anything, I've set off too early to venture north. I should have done this a little bit later in, done some more gearing up. But it's DayZ. We all make errors. Sometimes things work out, sometimes they don't. So time for a fire now. And I'd like to do it next to the river because catching some fish might be quite good. Not seen it. I've only ever done splitting using my knee. I'm reluctant to use my knife for something that... because I don't have an infinite supply of knives, I suppose. But we'll do it. Maybe that was the wrong knife to do it with. Right, where are we going to have our little fire? I need it to be next to a tree so I can get some bark. And I'm going to need another stick for roasting facilities. Ah, okay. That's nice. I like that idea. There we are, that's roasting facilities dealt with. That tree there. Yep. Now I'm going to need to dig up a worm. I'm using the big knife because when it dies, it frees up lots of slots. And worm goes on to there. Hope we catch a fish and not a fucking pair of boots. is cold. Yeah, I've seen that, which is good. I like that they've done animations. It does make sense. Yes, a fish. That on the floor for the moment. First things first, we're going to need a fire lighter. And I'm going to need a fire. We need to get the fire lit, and then we need to get some more tinder in it. They do. They make a massive difference to the game. And it's things they should have done before but didn't get round to. I'm glad they have. Let's bring that down. Firewood. Oh, God tier. And I'm grunting because I'm cold. That. Now get that one. And well, that's dead. That's good. That's space freed up. If you cut that one up, gut and prepare. Heat's going up. Energy will go up soon, or life will go up soon, which is nice. Now, where's our long stick? Get that sharpened. And get the first one roasted. Oh, now it's animation time. There we go. That can be work. Yeah. Actually, we could do the other method, couldn't we? Because I've got it on here. I just never... Where is it? Can we stick it in the ground? Place. There we go. I don't like the place method, though. Things burn too easily. Fucking blizzard. Joy. Don't want to eat these overly to start with. I want to use these to help keep me warm. And only eat them when they're freezing. But not frozen. First piece done. That'll keep me warm. Get the second piece done. Oh, fuck. Where are they? Here they come. Limited ammo. I don't know how I got away with that. I want his fat. I need the fat. So later on we can make a gun cleaning kit. That'll do. Any ammo left on that one? 1 round. That one's ready to eat. That one will be at some point soon. And we move on. We live to fight another day. Good. We need to keep that fish until it stops giving us any heat buff. So easy to get lost when you're just... I'm not setting RVs on purpose. The RV I have there is for a well in a certain town. Because if you die, your RVs stay on the map until you can find a map. Well, there's a dam. That's what I was aiming for. Because that'll take me to the hunting village. Or the scout camp, whatever it is, which will then take me to Mishkino, which will then take me to the industrial zone. So there's a chance of finding some gear. Eat that fish now. Our first rubbish pile in ages. Let's rummage and see if we get any food. Nothing. No barrels hidden up there. Maybe. Do I want to risk getting wet? Check. Some rubbishy stuff up there, isn't there? Or it could just be the rubbish. But... rubbish. Trash. Trash. Okay. We climb over there? You're used to playing unlimited stamina servers, aren't I? $762, we'll take that. We're going to go over that way, but we're going to search this area first because we need resources. No. God tier. Yes. That's massively worth it. Hi, Chuckles. I'm not going to search every trash can. You've seen that I can do the mechanic. It wouldn't make a very good stream searching every trash can. Yeah, there is that. That's at least on nights you get a bit more freedom. So we'll be following the road off to the hunting cabins because that's what we're really here for. Whoa, that's worth having. Off to the hunting cabins we go. Quilted jacket's massively worth it. Yeah. Yeah. It's not ruined, it's it's damaged. Yeah, it is on purpose. The standard of everything spawns at is on purpose. Next wipe, when we add the trader back into the mix, the trader will sell limited items that are pristine, but they'll be very, very expensive. They'll cost a lot of nails to buy. So it'll be save up nails or go hunting and take the pelts back and sell them to save up to get a pristine item. So you'll be encouraged to have a stash somewhere near the trader, maybe. So you could build up a small supply of goods. And if I can get underground bases working like I'd like them to, underground bases as well, so you can dig a hole and live underground. Won't be any code locks. It'll be cut down a bush, build an underground structure, and let the bush grow back up above it. It will just give you somewhere that's covert. I love how this covered in trash and rubbish this is with this edit. Now what we'd like is a bar of chocolate or a bag of peanuts. Just something that we can carry as emergency food. That is pretty good. I can rip it up into rags. That is my disinfected ones. So there. Oh, it meant the iodine is ruined. Oh, no, it wasn't on purpose. That's a new one on me. I need to look into that, but at least these are working. What I'll do is I'll up the amount of alcoholic tincture in the game. I didn't know they were... I knew they were when I was putting it as spawn loot, but I didn't know in the world they were ruined as well. I don't know why that is. I need to look into that. Thank you. So maybe if I add the alcohol bottle to spawn and just have one stack of rags like we used to, that will work and they'll spawn in and not be ruined. Yeah, that might solve that problem. Thank you. That's I hadn't thought of that. I'm not going to search every hut, because a Goblin server getting 1 or 2 bits of loot out of an area is pretty good going. What I don't want to do is make them pristine and full. So it might be easier to go the other route and have the alcohol spawn in greater numbers to offset it. This quilted jacket is keeping me warm. What do we get? Northeast airfield. Northwest airfield key. Control buildings. That's sort of on purpose, Chuckles. That's evil Goblin, that is. Now we need to cross because we need to go to Machkina. Is it the other side or is it this side? I thought it was the other side, but let's just check before I cross and get wet. No, it is the other side. Okay. The Machkino next, and let's hope we get a pair of jungle boots out of it to replace these with. Box of 556 would be very nice as well. And then we should start plotting a route to the airfield. If we've got a key for the airfield. We're nearly ready to make a gun cleaning kit, but with only 1 round of ammo left for this weapon, at the moment it's not essential. Don't throw it away, it's a 556. There's Mishkino. Not been here yet on this map, so I'm not sure how custom it will be. I'm guessing custom. I didn't, because the mod or the editor upload we're using on here has customized so much, I didn't check every single item. There was about 75 upgrades to the map. Maybe not that custom. I wish they'd sort out sounds. Will that fit that? Yes, is the answer. Certainly not, Chuckles. Certainly not. Very interested in what he's wearing. And we lose our ballistic vest. That I must have. That is a backup to other shit, so that is a must have. That we're using, that we don't need. That, because they're dead, so we'll keep that. That's ammo. We move spare rags in there, that in there, that box in there, goes back there, that goes there, that goes there, there. We need to keep the 380, merge those two together, that goes there. Okay, now what? Get rid of that, move ammo and ammo across, put that there, that goes there. Job done. What happened to my little bottle? Did I ditch it like a stupid goblin? I did, didn't I? I'm not going to... Ah, no, I've been there. They can be added to that. Okay. Ah! Play up. Yes, you do, Chuckles. You'll need 2 flags. You'll need one near the entrance and one and underground as well. Look at all that lovely space. Oh. Yeah. Unheard of, though, isn't it? Now I need a fire. That's why I've made them a higher tier item further up the map, so people just don't have them from spawn. And I think it was the right thing to do. We used to have them spawn in medical. Now they spawn in tier 3 and above. End game before end game, yeah. Chuckles, the last thing I want is tickets raised on my server, because that's more work for me to do. Yeah? If I think anything's going to give me more tickets, I'll take it out. Because then what happens on a Wednesday when I work a long day and people are like, oh, my ticket's not been answered, my ticket's not been answered, I can't raid until it's answered, etc. Nah. Yes, we need a fire. losing health massively. Does this have a fireplace in it? Upstairs sometimes. Some of them do, don't they? No. Ruined. Sledgehammer, box of nails we'll take. In case we get a baseball bat. Blue tin over there. Fire and blue tin. Middle of blue tin. You can have a fire. Knife. Need a fucking knife. Hi, Mark. I've got rope on me, mate. Yep. 100% I will. But that's a problem for an hour. No emergency food on us, have we? Emergency knife there. Good. No. It ruined my cleaver. Died on me. I knew it was about to go, so fine. Right then. Let's use this opportunity. Yeah. Yeah. It does make a difference. And we're alive for a couple of seconds more. Still need to get boots. Gun in hand, isn't it? See if we can get a little boost to our sleep meter. People are interested in a slightly harder server. Links on the screen now. Information about it. It is PC. There is a nerf on loot. Survival mechanics in. A few quality of life things. No bases currently allowed. No trader currently. No vehicles. Key crates and hidden stashes without god tier stuff in, but survival stuff. Lack of food. Cold. Snowy. Horrible. Solo server. It's good fun though. Challenging without being impossible. And hopefully the rewards are structured just about well enough that you can make your way up the map if you take your time and think about what you're doing. Me getting the rucksack I've got now is a big reward. Filling it with loot would be stupid because I'll have no stamina at all. That's that done. Let's get out of this bloody industrial building before the zombies appear again. Talking of zombies. we need to go that sort of direction. Stupid game. Garage doors. Garage is in military. Will that actually work if I head towards that RV because of where it's set? That might just clip me on the edge of the airfield. Actually, we'll move on that. Just up from Mishkino. Heading for northwest. I've got 2 keys that could be used in northwest now. And we need some more 5.56. Yeah. So if I think I head for my water source that's marked for Svet, that should take us to the edge of the runway. And as long as we don't bump into anything that growls and we stay clear of Zeds and have plenty of fires, we should be okay. The only downside is footwear. But we've got emergency footwear somewhere there. And if all else fails, no, that if I rip that up, I get feathers, don't I? Yeah. We did. Until we found our new OP base location. Though, on the server we're playing as a team, I wouldn't say it's now danger, because we're surrounded by teams everywhere. Need an electronic repair kit now for this scope. Guys, I'll be streaming for another 45 minutes-ish. Take us up to 10 PM UK. So I've got an early start tomorrow. And then tomorrow afternoon, I'll be back streaming main server. Not always. I do love that route. It's always brought me a lot of luck. I never normally go near the airfield, but this is slightly different on here, isn't it? Yes, I could get tapped because players do play the server, but the chances of getting killed by a player, you're more likely to get killed by infected or the environment. Things will probably slightly change next week when we bring the trader back in, but he won't be trading a lot, and it will be a nails based economy. And they'll be expensive. It'll be a hunter trader. He'll buy pelts off you for wolves and bears, and that's about it. And he'll sell you clothing that's good condition and shotgun ammo. And maybe, depending on how I do endgame in October, he might sell you a boat, but I haven't decided yet whether that's going to happen or not. Okay, wrestlers, thanks for being here. Always appreciated. I probably won't do a server on Badlands because I can't expect the people that currently play my server to all go and buy it. I don't think that's fair. But what I will do is probably try and import some of their mechanics across. Yeah. I can see it being a problem for big servers. It'll be DRR Mark II. Because BI will put out, we recommend, because of the size of the map and the amount of the loot, that only 60 people or 70 people maximum on a server. And then the server, then the big boy server owners will go, ah, yeah, we'll put 115 people on it and fill it with loot. It'll be fine. And it'll be laggy. Really laggy. But, that being said, Armour 3 just had the multi-core patch update. So they might give that to us. You never know. As part of Badlands. Talking of Armour 3, guys, I will be having some content in the future coming out on Armour 3. Something completely different. Working with another content creator to produce a video. He streams fast air content, and we're going to do a collab where we set up a situation where he inserts me by helicopter, I move on to a target and laser it, he flies in fast air and takes out the target, and then I extract back to a helicopter to be extracted back to base, and we're going to make it into a movie, or miniature, like hour-and-a-half movie, because he's Mr. Editor. And yeah, I'm not on Twitter. I have nothing to do with Twitter or X. I just don't, yeah. Discord, obviously Facebook for personal shit, and then Insta for other personal shit. No, I never saw that. I'll make inquiries at the conference I go to in October. Maybe for that, Chuckles, but it will be scripted because we're making it into we're making a movie. Hi, Critical. It'll be built in armor, so we can have the fast air stuff, and we can have a team moving on the ground. But it's not for a while. We're still at planning stage. It's somebody that from work that streams fast air stuff, and has actually just been away on a gliding course, which he's over the moon with, because now he's a qualified glider pilot thing, and he can now go gliding at the Army Gliding School for free whenever he wants to. If you're watching this, mate, then we will get it going. We're also going to set up some stuff for people at work that are all into gaming. Thank you, Critical. Massively appreciated. 6 months, mate. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Attention. We are being followed. Shall I dispatch the welcoming drones?
I had to change from the music to text because I was getting copyright strikes on the music. So, as an interim, I've just put in the same voices I used for Twitch, and then this weekend when I've got some time, I'll find ones that are more appropriate. We used to have the little musicy bit, but yeah, I was getting copyright strikes and I can't have that. As our footwear. Still badly damaged. Thanks, Chuckles. Always appreciated, mate. If you do take part, you'll be allowed to also put it on your YouTube as well. Chuckles does, yeah, with his other head on. Still looking for you, Chuckles, for computer parts. I'm trying to work out the best option for you that's the cheapest to get you up to date without going too up to date, because obviously there's a cost implication. So still looking at that stuff. So we're still looking at sorting your PC out. Get you away from that very old Intel and DDR3. Yeah, it does sound a little weird, doesn't it? But yeah, basically, because obviously within Armour you can use the God mode and build a scenario. So it'll be a mission that shows off the guy that I work with doing his fast air stuff, because that's what he streams, or that's what he makes content in. And then I'll do the on the ground stuff, and we'll fit the two together. And we're sort of working at the moment on having the video go out with both views at the same time. So maybe on the left of the screen, my view of the battlefield, and the right of the screen of the aircraft flying. Oh, I had a 4950K. It was a bloody amazing CPU. It's slightly better on the server we're playing now, though, Chuckles, because it's a US server and you're getting better ping to it. But you've not got the best internet either where you are in the world. We all know that. It drops in and out randomly. I just pressed M for map, like a stupid goblin. Right then. So I need to go up there. I didn't really want to set an RV. Yeah, I know. I sold my i5 motherboard and CPU when I moved across to Ryzen. But it was a good chip. But Chuckles is running a i3 2.8 I think dual core, and it's struggling. It was probably fine before he met Goblin and Cookie, and he played servers solo and did a lot of moving around and hiding in the shadows and only having a rucksack full of gear, where suddenly now there's big bases involved full of stuff. It's lots of gens ago, 10 years sort of level. But his board, the fastest chip his board will take isn't worth the 40 quid it would cost to upgrade. In relative terms, he wouldn't get that much improvement. So it's trying to get the cheapest way possible to get to a DDR4 board, 16 gigs of RAM, and a Ryzen chip, because it gives him a new upgrade path. And he's got a AMD graphics card, so it will sit nicely with a Ryzen. But we'll sort it. It's not no dramas at the moment. I've got my thinking cap on. I've got to go through all my spare parts here this weekend and see what I've got that I can post out to the States for him. To help the upgrade, because there'll be stuff I've got lying around. His PSU I think's okay. I don't know if it's branded. I've got to check that with him at some point. But it needs an upgrade realistically, because it's an old CP. It's an old PSU. He's had it for a lot. He's had it for 10 years. The fact that it hasn't blown up yet is amazing with old technology. But we get. I've got a solution, I think. I just need to search my 3 boxes full of computer parts. Right, we're going to need another fire. That's the next problem. I've got the cooling solutions sorted for him. Yeah, we can get an old, like 10-year-old Gen i7 in there, which will give you a bit of a boost. And I think it goes to quad core from dual core, which will be nice. And then a tube of thermal paste so you can re-thermal it would probably help. But I'm working on a solution. I'm going to win the lottery. That's what I'm going to do. Right, and where do we have the fire? Doesn't really matter where, does it? Because it's only just going to give us a boost. Are we going to come across any houses en route, though, to make it easy? Not really. There are garages up here, so... I don't know how custom the airfield is either. Not had a look at that yet. Suppose we're about to find out. So we'll make our way across. Is there an old fireplace in that one? No. Maybe not that custom. And that's fine. work. Biscuit for a biscuit. This feels very scum. New pair of gloves. Wow, endgame. You're exposed from the top of that hill. Though it's taken a while to get here, about 4 hours to get here, and this was not the objective. I only came here because I found a key. Talking of key, that one there, central control bash Ujimi flip, and there. My original objective was to go nowhere near here, was to gear up and go and build a improvised shelter and start building a stash together. Put a little flag up and start building up supplies ready for when I died to go back to. That was my original objective. Obviously it's DayZ, so your objectives change every time you start walking in a direction. Hello, Mr. Fox. Killing the 3 wolves and getting out of that alive was really lucky. Oh, here comes the fucking cold. I'm hoping there'll be a box here, and I'm hoping it will have a heat pack in it and some meds. That would be brilliant. I don't think Mark did say which route he was taking. I just think he was asking what route I was taking, Chuckles. Yeah, in answer to a better answer to the Badland thing, because obviously I said about not because other people might not have it, was when we went to Sakau, we lost about 5 people that played the server on a regular basis because they weren't going to buy Sakau. And I've not gained them back, so I'm not willing to do that again. Can we play a server, Mark, where this was the black market trader here? I've got to stay clear of barbed wire. It's my server, haven't I? Well, not spawned today then. Bastard game. I know you're cold, mate. No. Oh, that's a fair point. No. But it does pick them at random on each restart where it's going to spawn them. So, not random, you know, from a list of lots of them. I wouldn't have imagined it being on the roof on this server, but it could be because there's stuff up there. I hear you, Mr. Chicken. Yeah. Let's find somewhere to lie up, and then the next episode we can carry on. Yes. This seems as good as any. So, guys, thank you for watching. Thanks for the interaction. Thanks for the membership. I'll see you in the next one.